Hi, and welcome to today's video. We're going to be doing some wrist stretching, mobility, and some wrist strengthening. Did you know that a lot of women suffer with wrist pain during perimenopause and menopause? And it's the same as during pregnancy. A lot of women have carpal tunnel issues, and it has to do with hormones and inflammation and joint issues. It can also be related to arthritis, a lot of things. But the prescription for both of them is the same. You want to stretch and you want to strengthen. So we're going to be doing a little bit of both today. So I do have a couple of pieces of equipment today. I have 2 yoga blocks. You don't have to use these. And I have a nice thicker piece of foam. I'm on a very hard surface here. You can use like a rolled up yoga mat, just extra padding underneath your hands if your wrists are really struggling. And I'm going to give you a lot of modifications for every exercise today. So usually every exercise has 3 levels. If you don't have yoga blocks, we can go with a book or, even a low step or something like that. So let's start with some wrist waves, just stretching through your wrists, warming them up. These are great stretches. If you spend a lot of time at a computer, you're typing, even if you're like cooking a lot, and you're using a knife, and you get a lot of tightness in your wrists. And let's go forward and back. Just roll like a ball. Good. I'm going to come down to the mat. Hands are right underneath my shoulders. Elbows
Just gently rocking back and forth, feeling the stretch through the wrist and the forearms.
Forward and back. We're going to do this another way. Let's flip so your fingertips are pointing towards you. You're going to come forward and back. Nice and easy here. This is just a version of this stretch, which you're probably familiar with if you sit at a computer or you play racket sports, but it's a little bit more intense because we're down on the floor. Let's have our fingertips point towards each other, and I'm rocking side to side, nice and easy here. You can pause this video and spend more time on the stretches if that's comfortable for you today. Last thing, I'm going to take one palm and it's up. The other one is down, being very gentle here. And we're going to rock back and forward. Flip, let's go to the other side, back and up. I'm just going to have a seat, one quick stretch for the upper back. Pull your shoulders forward, round through the upper back a little bit. Interlace your fingers, pull. Then we're going to do the reverse, right behind your back. Pull down. Oh, my shoulder just cracked. We're going to do this one more time, out into the front. Really round through your upper back. And pull back. So the first thing we're going to start to do is in a bear crawl position. Some of you might be familiar with that. So we're going to have our feet about hip width apart. Let me come at a little bit more of an angle here. And here's where, if you have a yoga block or a ball, you're going to squeeze this between your knees. And I want your hands to be right underneath your shoulders, just so they're not further out in front. Right here, we're going to have our toes down on the floor. We're going to do a little lift and lower. Try to keep just a little bit of softness in your elbows, just so we're not locking them out. Your elbows shouldn't be forward. They should be to the side. So the side of the inside of your elbow is facing your chest. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Okay. I'm going to take the yoga block out in front. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do a lift off. But before we start raising our knees, I'm just going to lift up and down. So it's this motion, but I'm switching which hand is coming up and doing the lifting. Now my left hand, right hand, and now my right hand and my left hand. So we're going to combine the two things that we just did. Lift your knees just an inch off the floor, left and right. So the idea here is we're trying to keep our hips really stable. not rocking side to side. I know that they're going to move a little bit side to side, but I don't want you opening up and swinging, and your knees stay really close to the floor. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, this is a tough one, and 1, and let's come down. We're going to come all the way to a plank position. I'm going to move the blocks just a little bit closer. You guessed it, we're going to come all the way back to a full plank. If this is too much, you can keep your knees down, but then I want your hips forward at an angle. So instead of up like a tabletop, which might be okay for you today, I want you to challenge yourself a little bit and squeeze your glutes and be in this position, or you're going to join me and we're going to do the full plank. The yoga blocks are right out in front, just kind of like right underneath my eyes, and my hands are right underneath my shoulders. Full plank, we're going to lift up with our left hand, right hand steps, right hand down, left hand down. Now we lift with our right hand down, right hand. Keep switching. It's a little stepping plank. Belly button is in. And here also, my glutes are squeezed, trying not to rock through my hips. Hips are nice and stable. Left, right, left. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. If you need to, you can shake out your wrist, roll out your wrist a couple of times throughout this workout, just like we did in the beginning, or we're going to keep moving. This one's a little bit of a coordination move. We're going to lift, and the arm is going to come straight out. So it looks like this. I lift with my right hand onto the block, left hand straight out, down, down. Left hand on the block, right arm straight out, down, down. Right, down, down, left. Exhale, down, down.
Right hand, left lifts. Left hand, right lifts. Keep going. Sorry about the sound. My dogs are barking. Keep going. Lift, down, down, right. Left arm lifts. 2 more. Lift, down, and last one. Left arm up.
And down. Very nice. We're going to take the blocks and we're going to sit all the way down onto our glutes, and the blocks are right down by our hips. You can probably guess what's going to happen here. So I want the blocks right to the side of your hip, not too far back, because then we're in too far of a flexion with our wrist. So your wrist, if you look down, should be at about 90 degrees, right? Not, what would that be? More than 90 degrees. We're going to stay at 90 degrees. We're going to press through both hands and lift and lower. So this is just a really small lift. If it's a lot for you to get your upper body up off the floor, you can press through your heels and keep your knees
bent so you're lifting less weight. Just lift and lower. Lift and lower. If you want to make it harder, we can straighten the legs. We lift and raise one leg, press, lift the other leg. Exhale as you lift. Good. Pressing all the way down through your hands, using the wrists. Very nice. Just a few more here. And we're going to get ready to move into a push-up set and that high impact set. 3, 2, 1, and let's take a quick stretch. Roll out your wrists just like we did in the beginning, and we're getting ready for some push-ups.
I'm going to get ready with a thicker foam pad. I just bought this off Temu, by the way, and it was super cheap. I'm going to do this with the yoga blocks on the side of the mat. You can come out to a plank, or you can keep your knees down and up. I want you to imagine you're doing a little jump. So this would be level 1, if you can. Level 2. Let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last exercise, we're going to do a version of push-ups. I'm going to give you 3 variations. And the first, like a tabletop, you're just going to come down about halfway through your elbows, little pop-up. Halfway, pop-up. This might be the beginning point, especially if you have arthritis or you're suffering from a wrist fracture and you're trying to rehab your wrist fracture. I do want you to make sure that your hands are right underneath your chest. Kind of hard to see, but I don't want your hands way out here and I don't want them further back. So this is level 1. I'm going to take off my glasses because they're going to fall off of my face. Level 2, bring your knees back. I'm going to come down further like a plyometric push-up. And then level 3, we're going to do a full plyometric push-up. So if you can, let's choose which level you want, and we're going to do 10. I'm doing full push-up. 1, 5, 6, 8, and 10. Good job. We are going to stretch a little bit more. Hands out in front, leaning back. Stretch out your forearms and your wrists. So this is a great little routine. You can do all these exercises, or you can break it down. You can do one or more of the other. And then I like to do this as a warm-up. Let's put one palm up, one palm down. I do these as warm-ups on upper body day, about 7 minutes of warming up through my wrists. Let's switch. And I'm not showing it, but don't forget that grip strength equals wrist strength. So if you do any sort of hanging or pull-ups or hanging knee raises, that will help with your wrist strength a lot. Or think of doing like heavy farmer's walks. You want to be doing 50% of your body weight at least. See if you can get up to 100% for a full minute with the heavy kettlebell in each arm, and that's going to really strengthen your wrists. Good job. Last thing, we'll finish off with these little wrist rolls. Good job. See you next time.